The series we've all been waiting for, and wait, we did. Astralis versus Dignitas going live in front of our eyes on the pistol round of Train. My name is Mitch. Alongside myself is going to be the beautiful Dean, and we are going to take you through this final series of the night. It's been a 9.5 hour long day. We're tired, but this should give us a burst of energy to close out the evening. Dignitas on the T side already looking to move into that A bomb site with a split through Ivy, but there's CTs everywhere.
Yeah, as they jump out through the smoke, Get Right does find one, but you see Device been able to return, as do Glaive and Magisk, and the bomb dropped out in the open. Dig really just trying to recover what they can right now. It's not looking too great. Big kill at least being found by coldzera, but at this point left alone. His position is also known, and all three of them are just facing them at the same time. That nade, I don't think actually landed any damage. And he did manage to catch one more as he swung back in, but that's going to be it. Certainly, and it is definitely a possibility. A little bit of damage, as you said, done early on, definitely helping out these scouts, especially on the side of Astralis. coldzera ended up getting tagged by one there as he was trying to actually go through the smoke, and the Vice just retrieving the AK, spams in, finds the head of Exist. There is still Freiburg up close who may be looking to try and get this Train, eventually held off for a few seconds by the smoke, but is eventually able to go forward and get that return. So overall a good spot. Without
a doubt, go down to the scouts. Debris not able to catch an angle. That's the second M4 gone. The scout from afar not able to tag Freiburg up, and as he swings out wider, Glaive is tucked away. They have no idea about his position. They should suspect the player Pop Dog, but the angle was superior as they were holding for Pop. Forest goes up close, tries to deal with the UMP, but just biding time for Zipnix to get into position and let the time run on down. There's definitely still looking to be in towards A. Dignitas showing heavy preference towards this, but not able to get control down in Pop Dog as Device deletes Get Right, now able to completely focus himself up towards main as they come barreling out, looking for Olaf control, but losing another along the way. The spam through the smoke, in fact, even dropped the bomb, leaving Dignitas now clutching, trying to grab it back. As Exist comes out, he grabs Zipnix. That could be the kill that opens it up for Freiburg to come on the flank, but he misses the spray at first, almost putting him down.
Almost being the key word, because he then got help from coldzera. You have Exist coming in from Ivy again, getting his second kill of the round, and suddenly Device is left alone. He'd been given the room to push through B and get that flank earlier because of the control they found in the beginning of the round. I was going to say, but it's going to be tough for him to get a lot more done. But as he gets that kill, I mean, both of these remaining players are extremely low. Obviously, not knowing the position, didn't spot the head, apparently, of the player in towards Sandwich. Won't expect him to be up on blue Train, and coldzera will find the trade. But Device, a nice attempt from him there to bring it down to the 1v1. Unfortunately, it is not enough, as we said. Now,
makes it into team main. Whether he sticks around or not, well, that is determined by the fight. As Forest takes him down and opens things up, team main is back secure, and Dignitas concede that control to play a much more passive game.
Yeah, it can act as a little bit of a scout, despite it being the Mac 10 that he has in his hands. Oh, okay, Device has actually gone ahead and found Freiburg pretty early on. It's not like he got to see a lot about what was actually happening from that position. The Mac 10 from Ivy probably not going to do a lot with the main push coming out of A main, at least until they close in the distance. But Glaive is, again, limiting the numbers. A nice shot with the Deagle being connected. Device, he had a small opportunity there, wasn't able to connect, but he has repositioned. So moving forward onto this bomb site could still be costly for them. coldzera eventually pulling one back. And I believe that'll give them the room now to go ahead and plant the bomb without really much being done. The spam under actually does some small damage. coldzera down to 40 or so. The shot being connected by Zipix. It really didn't matter because he got the headshot. It was actually, sorry, the Deagle of Magisk to finish off the low player, but it's all on Forest. That's the main thing. A 1-on-3 initially. He's got that first kill, which at this point does let him focus towards Ivy because he should know both players are coming from this position, and he tries to swing in and catch one, but it is not allowed. Zipix with the second headshot for himself that round.
When you look at this round, a pick with that op is actually going to be one of the better opportunities for Dignitas. They're heavily limited in utility, especially losing Forest.
Right now, though, he hasn't actually shown himself as of yet. He's trying to creep into the back line, and I mean, that could be even better if he can make it in behind. The issue is he doesn't have much time at all to do so. Has finally been spotted, but he needs his teammate moving out onto B, or his teammates moving out onto B to actually find success, and there you go, coldzera. He gets the trade. It's going to at least give them the bomb plant, but unfortunately, the one on three that he's left in is going to be so difficult. But barely any held. What the hell? coldzera, he hits another shot quickly, but the flank is just not expected. He left me speechless with that one. Honestly, I figured he was screwed.
In that previous, when you see Freiburg moving across and he's spotted down towards CT at the back of Ivy, that actually caused Glaive to rotate, and normally that would have been bad because Well, he was still around the site when they pushed. It actually gave Halzerk the kill. This time, the rush down through the ramp is being torn apart. Not a kill from the T side just yet. Although Get Right gets close with the Tech 9 and has gone under the radar, right beneath the smoke. But as he sprays through, his position is revealed. They know where he is. And also, he had the bomb. So they can't plant it, which is kind of unfortunate because it was completely clear behind them. So it doesn't look like they'll be getting a bomb plant. Damage done to Dupree. They follow it up as well. It's possible with an AWP, especially Freiburg spotted by Magisk, though. Good damage. Just a shame that Freiburg didn't have the bomb in that situation to get the plant while Get Right was harassing up close.
From it, but not a great start. You do finally see that upper aggression that for a few times, a few rounds, we did actually see Dignitas perhaps expecting, putting the op around that area. This time the smoke was down, the nade in behind it. It actually tags exist and Get Right up fairly substantially. But they're going straight out of heaven. I don't think this is expected by Xyp9x. Yeah, they've already dropped down before he has any idea. The Molotov at least towards the lower ramp, slowing that part of the push, but the smoke quickly does extinguish it, giving them the room to get all of these players a bit more aggressive for the afterplant as the bomb goes down.
The density of the team as they move forward, and Dignitas not going to get more than one surely on a lot of these angles. Even Glaive shutting them down one at a time. It's all down to two. Exist in with one, but not able to double that up. Halzerk with the op. Shot from afar. He missed it, and that's it. He has to bait the shot of Device and go for the planter. But Magisk is there as well to take him down as he swings wide.
There's always an opportunity with these players. It seems like out of nowhere they can step up, but so far on train, we're not really seeing that from them. It definitely seems like Astralis have pretty firm control for themselves. Halzerk, though, does catch Dupree trying to spam away through the smoke. Device was ready as he came back through. Magisk as well on the secondary up, going to be able to get one. But it is still the 3-on-3 for now. And Forest has creeped out in towards Olaf. With that, will catch Magisk peeking in. I think the Molotov going down. He was using that to cover off one side so he could peek in and hold main instead. It just didn't work out for him. But again, constant trades back and forth. Neither team really able to get firm control for long. And that was a big opportunity for Device that unfortunately he did miss.
That was...
and just didn't expect him to go back towards Ivy, apparently.
He just spotted him CT and thought he'd obviously crossed right, but no. And the Xyp9x was last spotted towards Pop Dog, but we're talking 20 seconds ago. They're aware he could be in connector, but they're not ready to take him down. The master of clutches in with an opening duel, and now just Forest to contend with. He knows where he is. The molly is going to be late, though. It will stop him falling back. The spray underneath, sadly, not going to be landing as Forest jumps up on top to aggressively close the round out and put...
Other than before that, rather, it's just been trading back and forth as well. So they never really lost control until this moment when their economy, unfortunately, is left in a pretty awkward spot. A 1-for-1 trade initially is not the worst scenario for them to be in, if we're being honest. Another couple opportunities as well arising from Magisk on the M4. He was the one to actually find that opening kill, of course. The distance, though, is really being closed in by Dig. Actually going through the smokes as well. Freiburg catches Glaive. Get right up on top of the bomb train. Gonna find Xyp9x coming in through connector. And now it's all on Magisk and Device, the two M4s that are in play. Magisk, though, unfortunately, with the effort of getting those first two kills, has already been taken low. Although they may not expect Device hiding in on the bomb site, tries to peek around, but he's the one instead to be caught off guard by Get Right, who was actually holding up close. That was a nice shot, to be fair, but I think this was also peeking ready for the trade. All in the B halt, so we might be seeing a bit of a quicker B play perhaps coming in instead. A small bit of info being found there early on from Astralis. They do also have Device in Pop Dog, who could potentially get on a quick flank. So this isn't going to be easy by any means, but the scout for now going to be forced back into playing a little bit more passively. There is still one player up close. Xyp9x, I don't think quite connecting that shot. It looked like it was on the head. Glaive's only able to find one as they drop down, but Dupree in position, and there we go. The flank I had mentioned from Device, it did indeed come in. He's able to deny that bomb from being planted, and Get Right in Freiburg, unfortunately, already been tagged up or left alone to try and save this round. And with it now just being Freiburg, despite getting one kill, you can't really fancy his chances. He actually had two already in that round. But there it is.
Regardless of how they've ended here, though, it's solid. And for Astralis coming in with 2 UMPs isn't ideal. They're going to go more aggressive with the op that they have. Magisk, he's getting tagged, but somehow still takes down his second as well. What is that? Magisk is an animal. Glaive wins a duel on a UMP as Freiburg tried to fade through the smoke. And it's a 2v4. All of a sudden, the weaker weapons don't matter. They're gone. They're upgraded.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only frag they've found back so far. Forest is barely hanging on to life, as was Get Right, as you said, having taken so much damage that it's now the 1-on-4. Forest is going to have to find a miraculous clutch right now if he wants to bring Dignitas up to 6 rounds at the halftime. Probably the correct decision since he is so low. Oh, Magisk apparently didn't see Forest there. He had a nade in his hand the other way, so he was screwed. I think Forest was just waiting a second to see if anyone else would show themselves. but there we go. Yeah, indeed, Device is going to be able to get that final kill. 10-5.
And welcome back, everybody. We've got to jump right on into the pistol round. Astralis already blitzing out Pop. They went to upper B early. Only 10 seconds in. We're all good. And it's going to be a little bit of a fake. They're heading up towards the B side instead. And all by his lonesome here on the site. Exist is trying to create some distance, but couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I mean, they're actually going to be able to make their way on towards this bomb site. As you said, not enough, unfortunately, by Exist. We end up seeing Magisk as well, then taking down coldzera long range. As that P250 does come in clutch, and look at that, the flash over. Forrest has got completely blinded. Despite having some support, they weren't able to chime in until he did go down, but they have again returned it now to a 2-on-2. But I don't think they expect this quick connector flank. Neither of them at the moment are going to be looking back, even being cautious. The Glock, though, not ideal for Xyp9x. If Magisk goes down on the bomb site, they're in a lot of trouble, but he will get that first kill on Freiburg. At least delay a small bit, but GeT_RiGhT actually has a kit. He's just going to smoke a hop on the bomb. Xyp9x has to get in, spamming away, and hope he can find that kill, but he won't in time. GeT_RiGhT comes in clutch.
Yep. Sometimes you miss those.
I'm sure chat will be fair on you, though.
Oh, definitely. You can always guarantee that. What we will be fair on is the fight that Device goes into onto Freiburg.
Setting themselves up for an A play right now. That clearly is the goal for Astralis. 35 seconds remaining as they do move forward, and it's relatively passive right now by the CT side. They're only going to be finding the info in about the next couple of seconds that the push is actually in, and unfortunately they find out with the kills that are found by Astralis. Exist, though, coming in big from Popdog. That MP9 gets a double, and Device left on only 23 health up against 2 opponents. It's not very likely, and yeah, GeT_RiGhT is going to confirm that that's not going to be the case. But they were looking for the extra kills, which also would have made sense. So it's all about kind of the gamble, risk and reward at that point. There's B aggression though from Dignitas. Could catch him off guard. Xyp9x, I believe, tossing the flash in. It must have blinded up coldzera. As he goes down in the background, Exist at least able to return, and with that even escapes.
Dupree shifting right to the edge of that smoke, but wise enough not to go through it. Exist is still waiting on the other side. He shut them down on the pistols and made sure no plan came through. This time it's Forrest from afar that's going to be helping him out. And the swing from Exist, he wasn't spotted behind the spools. They couldn't see him. And that should be the round concluded. Device, a big clutch to make happen. Gets around the corner. I'll never understand how.
That's a risky one either way, but he's creeping forward, looking to see if he can spot anyone. Maybe take a couple more with him before he does eventually go down, but not going to be allowed. Device is a little bit low on nades. Could maybe do with a pistol behind the up, but that's me really kind of clawing for negatives at this point. Trying to reach for them. Ooh. I for some reason had my observer off. We've seen coldzera actually finding that opening kill, and Freiburg was following it up as well over towards Ivy. So within just seconds of this round beginning already, we see Astralis left in the 3-on-5, and Dupree, realizing that they're in such a difficult spot, is trying to force the play out towards A. He will have a player, I believe, now following up through Popdog as well, and they do catch Forrest off guard. It's the up towards Ivy, though, that they still have to deal with. And coldzera, he is not shying away from continuing to actually aggress to try and find these fights. Spots 2 of them out around the ground train, rather. Re-peeks in as well and actually finds Glaive. That drops the bomb. That gives them the info now that is around this area so they can get the rotates in. As it's now a 3-on-2. Astralis has been delayed massively and just constantly losing players. It's now all on Dupree. He needs the ace clutch. He does know where at least 2 of the players are, I believe. Maybe not sure about GeT_RiGhT, actually. Yeah, will be taken down then from Ivy as he peeks in.
Because, well, realistically, we've seen this kind of buy before. 1 player dropped. Dignitas should be even more cautious of it this time, knowing that there's extra utility, that there's extra armor to work with, and they're starting a very quick play. Freiburg gets a nade down, but actually lets a couple of them out. They're already at the site. That communication comes through a little late. coldzera already tagged up and taken down, and this is looking so good for Astralis. Device with a double kill. Slippery. He just comes through Ivy, and all of a sudden they've got a bomb plant and a huge advantage. How's this happened?
Barely alive, so this is still really achievable for Dig as they move in with these rifles. Nades-wise, just the 1 flash, and that's not going to be thrown out as of yet. And Magisk on the Deagle takes off the head of Exist, knows that GeT_RiGhT has gone up in towards heaven. Freiburg, though, still moving on the ground, looking to try and clear out as many positions as he can. Gets 2, but Dupree coming in from Ivy, not quite finding the frag. But he got them off the bomb for a second. The spin again. Will they be able to stop it this time? There we go. Glaive, he's won the round for them. And it was also, of course, Device who came up massive with those 2 openings on towards the bomb site.
But he's not hearing their through Ivy, if you get what I'm saying. He just gets domed in the side of the head by a Tech 9. Can't hear a thing with all the ringing. Then taken out. And bomb site overrun. Device with a double. And he's opened it up this time with the AWP. Things are going so well for Astralis. A second from Magisk, and that was through the smoke.
Yeah, I believe the player was completely blind as well. You can't be Any more unlucky than that. Get right eventually pulling one back, but dupreeh has just gone ahead and put himself through that sandwich smoke. Oh, Glaive was coming in. He gets taken down, but now they know where he is. Do they want to actually risk losing any more players? Yeah, it's nothing really crazy from the T side. I was gonna say just really looking for that off pick with most of their players focused around main, but friberg was ballsy with that peek. Does work out for him, actually follows up in a second as Glaive comes in to try and trade. holdzera must have moved slightly as he took that shot. Goes down to the op of dupreeh, and now it's friberg who's trapped around the E-box. A second for dupreeh being found with that retrieved AWP. And suddenly it's a 3-on-3. I mean, this has gotten into a much more awkward predicament than it should have been for Dig. And Get Right hiding in the smoke actually spammed down. Kind of surprised he's come out with 70 health. Exist is on the flank, but he's not really going to be able to do anything in time to help Get Right. And now he's left alone in the 1-on-2. There's no way they expect this so quickly, though. Oh, I believe he's been spotted around the edge of the smoke. Yeah, Zipix was able to see the leg, I would imagine, around the corner of it. Finished that one.
Pull back that little bit.
dupreeh is very aggressive on his own right now. They had all the smokes down, so I would imagine just trying to sell out a little bit of a fake as the rest of them are moving through the B halls, but very quickly being dropped. And you can see, of course, that they did spot out that there wasn't really anyone else committing towards A. Didn't react all that quickly, so it is still exist on his own for the moment. The smoke going down does slightly delay that rotation, but they should still be able to make it in towards the back lines to help out. And look at this, they have no idea. Exist creeping in, Zipix checks just in time, but he needs to win this fight, and it's not going to happen. Forest comes in with one as well towards Magisk, and it looks like Dig may be able to fight themselves into contention for just a little bit longer at least. It's only Device and Glaive in this 2-on-5 where really they shouldn't be finding much. Glaive trying to push out A, already being low. Indeed, it's an easy finish for Get Right, and now Device, he needs an ace clutch. If you can pick off a couple players, that would be handy enough. They do have plenty of money going into this next round. So taking even a couple of weapons out of hands of Dig just to ensure that they could potentially have a couple weaker ones in the next round even would be nice, but it's not going to be allowed.
This time playing this one super passive. Device is left to hold down with the AWP on a close angle. Imagining Dignitas will get aggressive later. They don't want to give holdzera the pick they did before, but instead it's actually Exist picking up Zipnix. I'd imagine it was through the smoke though. Just from the timing of the round. And that's worked out quite well. Random spray. Good kill by friberg.
We've seen actually a couple players from Astralis getting up very close and sandwich before being spotted, but it doesn't really seem to be causing too much trouble for Dig. They're still pulling all of the kills pretty much in their favor, as it was only friberg so far to go down. If Forest got this final kill, it'd be a team ace, but I don't care who gets it as long as they confirm this round win and put themselves that bit closer to the overtime.
Exist is already starting to get suspicious and move up behind them. 25 seconds on the clock as the nades go out, and Exist could be the key player in this round if they can just keep them back. He's got the god tier timing. holdzera's got the god tier up though, already in there in a double, and as he slowly moves forward, Exist is in there with a great flank and the final kill to close it out. 15-15. Oh no, it's actually through the molly afterwards towards the site.
Trying to keep these players in position, I suppose, but he's not going to expect friberg up close, so he gets dropped quite easily. Glaive will at least be able to find one, and with that, actually, they're going to start moving back over towards A. He has the CT spawn, he has the control to try and at least slow the rotation down, but friberg, of course, still being in position with 6 seconds left. They need to get the bomb planted. It's not allowed. And there you go. Dignitas, they kick off the overtime by winning that round as well. And that was just massive, that round right there from friberg. Being able to... So would be aiming for a little bit more. Right now setting themselves up for the A split again. Molotov in towards the site. I don't think that landed. I think that actually failed as it went a little bit too high, apparently. So still giving room for the CTs to play around the bomb site, but they find the opening in towards Ivy at least. But Forest is ready. Already finding one. The flash actually blinding up a couple of those players as he tried to tap away. Unfortunately, wasn't able to connect. And Device actually finding himself a second on the op has brought this into a 4-on-1 now. dupreeh, he just says no. There's no hope in the retake for his.
holdzera, look at this aggression. He is pushed right up close to main. They have literally no idea.
I was gonna say had scoped, so he wasn't being completely quiet, but yeah, it really didn't seem like they had any idea. At least being able to find a 1-for-1 trade is not a terrible position to be in. You do have one player also rotating through connector, which that Molotov forces forward. Get Right goes down. dupreeh again with the double in the exact same position as he actually closed out that previous round. As it's left on Forest and Exist once again to try and pull this back, and Exist trying to rotate in through Pop Dog. It's not going to be allowed. And during regulation, though, to be fair, they did have a pretty good position to close out. Oh, he didn't expect that player to actually be pushed up close. So, yeah, 17-16, it is indeed confirmed. And this is their map choice, as we said, moving on to Dust 2 could be a struggle for them. And right now, setting themselves up again for what is going to be the ace, but they need to actually reclaim control of A main because there is a CT pushed up aggressively. But so far, that's not their biggest worry. It's actually Glaive over towards Ivy picking up a double for himself. Dupree gets one. He makes it easy for Magisk to actually get the trade on the op as well. And Glaive, he finds the hat trick to actually close out that Ivy push all on his own.
Their CT side was solid. And this is where Dignitas, they need to really impress us. Turn things around completely, and a quick headshot by Forest. As Zipnik goes down, the rest of his team going to be making their way out. But Glaive, he just completely W-keyed up through Ivy. Took himself a frag. They deal with Dupree in the trade, though. Bringing it back into a 3v3. They're looking to punish Ivy. Little do they know, Magisk is there waiting for them and taking Freiburg down.
It's Gerrit and Halter to keep them alive. Gerrit actually surviving that shot and ends up getting the kill. The Vice is going to be a little bit upset about how that one has gone down, but his teammate's still alive.
But they do
I would imagine they had one in the round, yeah.
They have a molly and a nade to work with. They've used up their molly, and as they go to the bomb site itself, this could be it. The nade deployed with no success. The Molotov, he's got it. The molly goes down, and that is time burned off the clock. They're going to try to deal with him, but it's too late. Get Right's won the clutch.
He will go down, but that just doesn't matter anymore. They have plenty of money to rebind to this final round of the overtime, and which so far has been a chaotic and entertaining game. I have been loving it. Halzerk wanting the early peek towards Ivy. The Molotov went down, making things a little bit more complicated for him. Even if he got that kill, he would have been in a lot of trouble, but Magisk didn't give him any chance. And now we're seeing Dig just group up outside B.
They're just going to barrel down and look to deal with them. Zipnix was so good on the CT side at holding B when he was contested, and he comes through again for one. The spray over. I don't know how he deals with Forest on that. And Get Right, he won the previous clutch, but now a 1v4. That little bit harder to deal with, unfortunately. And the bomb not in his possession. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock, but he's not got that much time because he's in the smoke. It's about to fade, and he has to make a move. Fading back through it, sees a player up on top. He's gonna look at him eventually, and he catches the kill in time, but up above him, no idea. Zipnix is there, ready to close out the map, Dean, and 19-17 we go.